Prince Rama for EarVader. I was Prince Rama about 5 years ago.
I mean, it depends on the song, really, because I feel like there's like daytime songs and nighttime songs, and there's songs that are more like winter songs and more summer songs and more. Yeah, it's different for every song, I guess. If it's like a dance, like kind of, you know, like I don't know, this kind of song, maybe nighttime. Then maybe like more like mild, like it's kind of jam like during the day.
I love to write songs on tour. Hole up in people's basements or wherever I can find a corner and just work on material. Because, you know, it just feels so dynamic and alive when you're somewhere totally unfamiliar. And, you know, creativity seems to flow much easier.
Well, there's a lot of music in the Hare Krishna practice, and you know, when you grow up around so much of a certain kind of music, you know, you can't help but be steeped in that kind of vibe, you know, with the beats and the singing, call and response. You know, what do y'all think?
Well, I grew up Episcopalian, a little bit different, but I feel like we definitely sort of combine many different influences, and Krishna consciousness plays a significant role. I mean, I was living in a temple for the past year, but at the same time, I mean, I feel like there's an element of like just basic spirituality that we try and tap into and bring to the music that sort of is found in every religious practice.
Or outside of religious
Yeah.
practice, it's found in like Italo disco music, you know,
Exactly.
It's found in like, you know, Black Sabbath, or, you know, wherever.
Space Jam.
You know, it's all spiritual if it's coming through spiritual speakers, so, you know, it's just tuning your dial in a little bit.
We grew up in Texas and then moved to Florida, like around high school age, and we met Michael. There.
Yeah, I'm
we grew
from
up
Florida.
and we all moved to Boston, where we met Chris, who is our bassist, and then we've all lived different places, but ended up in New York, and that's where we all live now. New York's great. It's so challenging. I mean, it really keeps you like alert and alive and inspired.
Yeah, it's just like its own beast. You're just like riding this like crazy beast all day.
It's
just,
wild.
Like, wrestling, and it's just like
Yeah.
clawing at you and like licking you, and then like you're just like wrestling again. And it's,
Yeah, every day is different.
In the South, it's too easy to get comfortable.
It's
you
just
know?
too easy.
You kick
Yeah,
back in your rocking
satisfying.
chair. You got a lemonade. You're just like
you're
chilling,
retired at 24.
You know? It's pretty much retirement. So New York really keeps you on your toes. You know, it's a pleasant life down there, but you don't get anything done. It's just so.
Yeah, they say Florida's for retired people, but it's like you can be 24 and be retired in Florida. Easy.
I also went to college in Texas, which is like, I love Texas. Austin is like an incredible city, but I was definitely feeling like way too comfortable, not challenged. And I was like, is there more to do? I don't know. I guess I'll just like drink some coffee and like
Chill
and that was
out.
that was just like that was it. That was like the day. And that's like not the same at all. You'll get run over and eaten in New York.
If I did that, I would totally butcher it. I mean, that's the whole problem with utopia. It's like once you name it, then it's not utopia anymore. And I mean, even in the process of writing the manifesto, I kind of like stated in the beginning, I'm like, in the process of writing this manifesto, I'm totally going to just butcher everything that I'm talking about, and then the process of reading it will just eliminate it entirely. So maybe even just stop reading, you know? Yeah, I mean, I really feel like utopia I take it pretty literally with Thomas More's original definition of utopia as no place, and I think there is like a space you can enter into, and it doesn't matter where you are, but you just sort of lose track of your surroundings, or like you lose track of who you are, or who you're with, or like what time it is, and all of a sudden you're just like in this sort of space, and you're like fully present. It's not this like escapist thing that most people think it is. I think it's like really putting yourself in the moment, like fully, to like a totally like transcendental level.
It's actually very much like touring.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, it's no place. You're never stopped in one place for like more than a night. I'm just speaking for myself, but I feel like with what she's saying, so much of that is encompassed in like what we do on the road, where it's like you're kind of forced to be in the moment, especially when we're overseas. It's like our phones don't work, we don't have computers, it's like you're really more like here and like focused on exactly what you're doing with exactly who you're with at the time, where you are at the time, and it's just different like every second, and it really is like feels like a very full like day every day. It's kind of trippy. There are so many fucked up things. Well, I don't know.
Where to start?
I know, Jesus. I was just telling a crazy story about Turkey, I guess.
Yeah, that was cool.
That's pretty crazy. I kind of did this thing. We were playing in Istanbul, and I was just feeling like really like trusting of the audience, and so I just like climbed up on like whatever the highest ledge was in the room, and it must have been like 15 feet tall.
It was up there.
I like stacked like a chair on top of a speaker, and then I just like kind of like fell backwards, and they all like caught me, but then like they just kept catching me and just like
carrying
wouldn't let go
away.
of me, and then they just like started carrying me out the door, and I'm like, wait, come back.
I'm like on stage, like trust, like come, bring my sister back.
And then like I'm just like meanwhile like halfway down the street, they're like, want some beer? And I'm like, no, just bring me back to the stage. And it's like, yeah. And like I don't know. At that point, I was like kind of getting nervous too. Like all these flashes that my mom had been like sending me internet articles, like you will get raped in Turkey, you will get robbed in Turkey, you will get kidnapped. Don't go. And I'm like being carried away by like 15 like strangers, and I'm just like, where are we going? But finally, like I mean, literally maybe 15 minutes later, they like brought me back to the stage, and it was
like, thank God. And then later on that night, someone stole my grandma's necklace, and like it was just such a crazy. Istanbul's crazy. It's such a beautiful city. Crazy show.
Yeah, but I mean, we've been like arrested on tour. We've almost died on tour. Our vans have broken down on tour.
Our mom's almost died on tour.
Yeah.
Vans have been broken into. All our stuff's been robbed.
Everything.
Like, broken up on tour, falling in love on tour.
Forget about it.
So many times.
So many heartbreaks. So many
overcoming heartbreaks and wild emotions. Dyeing our hair.
Yeah, I mean, we should write just like a Prince Rama drama.
Behind the music.
Like telenovela styles.
Yeah. Too racy for French.
Yeah.
Well, we showed a sneak peek of our new movie tonight.
Oh, Never Forever.
Exciting. It's like our first short film, and we filmed it in October, and that was just like a wild ride. And
that was also crazy.
Yeah, but now it's almost done, and so we're gonna tour with it and like do some like museum installations and stuff. And we're working on a new album, so yeah.